Hello, book nerds. I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Peyton.
And we're here from the car because today we are doing a 24-hour reading vlog.
Yes, so join us with this Dunkin' cup of coffee as we dive between these paper sheets.
Right.
Let's do it.
Alright, second stop of the day was Barnes & Noble. So first, Peyton and I did the obligation of every reader to touch as many of the books as we could as we made our way up to this little seating section of the second floor of our Barnes & Noble. I know, so fancy, where we sat and did a little bit of reading and a lot of gossiping.
I have Taylor Swift stuck in my head. Okay.
When don't we have Taylor Swift in our heads? The little setup, the pretty view of the parking lot, you know, gorgeous, gorgeous views. Like, look at that, there's a Michael's.
Burlington. What is it? Two-story Barnes & Noble.
Two-story, oh yeah. We gotta get a shot of the escalator in there.
Yeah, we do. Not the elevator. If you watched our, we read a TikTok book.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, we're going up the elevator.
Yeah. So I am about halfway into A Soul of Ash and Blood. This is the 5th book in the From Blood and Ash series, and it's fine. It's the main love interest POV retelling the first book, which I think would be interesting if it wasn't coming in the middle of the series. Like, we've got a lot of shit going on, and I just don't think that now's the time to flash back to book 1. Studious. Peyton is taking notes for our book club tonight.
Yes. So I already read this book. But I read it like over a year ago. So now I'm getting my little spark notes. What happened, and then hopefully when I have more time for next week, I'm just going to reread the chapters to have like a second time like organic feel. But yeah, I already read this book. I do recommend it though. 4 to 5 stars.
So I have to whisper, but I just got to a part where the male love interest is with, this is just spoilers real quick for like the next 10 seconds. Castile walks in on Kieran having sex, and he's describing Kieran's glistening cock. Castile this is not Poppy's POV. This is Castile. Castile is just like, I'm actually down for that.
Okay, we just left Barnes & Noble and I got one book. I think I saw Carly, like it's just Carly or whatever. Carly Thorne or whatever, she read this and she like hyped it up. And this is not like a book I usually read, but it's little and I think I want to finish one book during this video. So I will be reading this and I will let you know how I like it. After Barnes, Peyton drops me back off at home so we can actually get down to business, start reading, and stop distracting one another. All right, everybody. Hi. I'm home. We are back from Barnes & Noble. I had a lot of fun, but it's time to get down to business right now. This is where I am at with reading books. I have read Rising, which the book's in my bedroom, but I'm listening to the audiobook right now. And everyone raves about this book. So I knew I wanted to read at least some of it for my 24-hour readathon. And I am not loving it right now. I'm on chapter 3. I'm hoping it gets better. But it's very like manly right now. So I don't know. It's a science fiction novel. It's kind of, from what I understand, is like Hunger Games, but like on Mars. I don't know. But my first order of business is I'm going to listen to that while I find my microphone, which I have, because I want to start podcasting with a microphone instead of my like microphone that's either on my camera or further away. So I bought a cord that, this is really nerdy, it's an XLR cable to an audio jack. So we're going to try it out. So the next clip possibly will be me testing out the microphone, maybe on this camera. So let's do it. And I am going to press play on this.
Bro, you were the hero.
So, tragic news. I fucked up. So, here, as you can see, is my microphone, which, imagine me, like, I podcast right there, like this, like a little cozy, like, just talking to my microphone about all my books. Well, the issue is that the plug I got sent is like this, so I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Why did I think that could work?
Okay, so after reading for a while, I had the bright idea that it would be good if I recorded myself gossiping about the book to my husband, and it actually came out to be hideous. The angle is horrible, but you can see that I'm really getting into it. I'm putting my soul into this book. It's just the juicy details. Plot, who is she? I don't know, not with the JLA book. But I really go for it, and I don't know why I thought this was gonna be entertaining content, but you know, here it is sped up, so. But at least Peyton is just like really killing it, you know. One of us is doing amazing, right?
And let's see, right now in my book, it's still kind of boring, but the last chapter was more interesting than what I have been reading so far. So, and that's only because his wife was included. So that meant that there was some kind of love. But I'm feeling, this is my theory, I think she's gonna die. And then another love interest will come along. That's my theory. So.
Well, that's the last one I'm reading.
So I've made it probably, I don't know, I've made a decent chunk out of the book so far today. It's 6:15 and we have book club soon at 7. So I'm gonna read for like 10 more minutes. I'm going to feed my animals because they're staring at me. And then I'm gonna go to book club and we will see you there.
All right, so it's just about 6 o'clock. I am 450 pages into this, which means that I have read about 150 pages since noon today, which for a slow reader, my other slow readers out there know that like I'm like doing pretty good. I really hope that by later tonight I can finish this book and maybe read like another one. I have another book that's so much shorter planned out. This is not the book I planned on reading for the 24-hour vlog, but Pei and I wanna review it and make a video about it to come out soon because it just came out and we wanna be on top of that. So I gotta do the work and finish this book.
I don't know if you can hear that, but it is raining very, very loud right. Like Robert said that there is a tornado. My boyfriend Robert said that there is a tornado warning, not watch. And shit is getting real.
No, there's a tornado.
There is a tornado?
Yeah.
Okay, Kansas. But I will. Oh no, I got that on camera. Did you just see the electric go up for a second? Okay, so this reading vlog has turned into a survival vlog, but I will say it is the best weather to read a book. So maybe for vibes, this is it. I mean, my microphone has to be picking up how much it is raining right now. So anyways, wish us luck. I may be reading by candlelight tonight.
Also, it is now a severe weather storm. We have a tornado in the area, which is super exciting. We have candles lit because the power has gone out a few times. It's on right now. But so Peyton and I are unsure if we're gonna actually make it to book club because it is too fucking bad to try to drive in.
Okay, So as you can see, our electric is actually out right now.
2 minutes later.
2 minutes later from when I just filmed that. I should have just kept recording. Oh, it's back on.
It's back.
Anyways, so, oh, it is back on? Okay. Now it is back on.
What's going on out there, buddy?
Yeah, Aubrey and I are talking right now. There's no way we are going to book club tonight. So, book club is canceled. We are not doing that, which stinks. I was so excited for freaking book club. And now Aubrey's debating if she should take her cats downstairs to hide. Aubrey doesn't have a basement. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
They should be alright.
this is so, yeah.
It is 7 o'clock. Book club is officially canceled. They still do not have power. I don't think Peyton has power still. I could be wrong about that. Our texts are not going through all the way. I have, however, been reading, and I'm about 50 more pages into this guy, so hopefully I can pick up a little bit more speed and churn through this book.
So the electric is still out and the daylight is fading. So I'm trying to read as fast as I can. I'm on page 100 right now of this book, Red Rising, and it's okay. I'm not really as invested as I think I should be at this point. But everyone loves this book, so I'm missing something, but I think because there's a male main character, I'm just like not loving it. But I have hope, so I'm pushing through. I do have that other book I bought today that I'm gonna try in a little bit when I'm like just tired of reading this, so.
Okay, so yeah, that definitely took a turn. Unfortunately, we could not get book club footage because that shit was canceled. And so then for the next 4 hours, Peyton and I just continued to read in varying degrees of lightness. She does not get her power back. Fortunately, my power is on the same line as the county hospital, or at least that's what we assume. So I only lost power for like short, like little moments and had power for the rest of the night. So here's me finishing Soul of Ash and Blood right up. Like it took me until almost 11 o'clock, guys. This book is big and I am just too slow of a reader. And I know Red Rising is kicking Peyton's ass at the same time. Let's take a moment for my genius for immediately whipping out the camera when I got to the last 2 pages of this book, because you know JLA is gonna give you a good ending. That's what she's gonna do. You know what? Cass actually almost made this book worth it. Like, JLA knows how to do an ending, and that is something that like we need to give her credit for, because I always get to the end of one of her books and I'm like, the fantasy, the suspense, the drama, like the magic, the way like she can heighten the magic with each book really does something for me. I just wish we didn't also have to sit through an entire From Blood and Ash book again.
Can you see me? Okay, so as you can see, I still have no power. I have some candles, 3 of them going right now. I feel like I'm filming like Paranormal Activity, and this is extremely hard. I'm trying to look at my monitor. I think I'm in focus. You can see I have some dominoes right here because I couldn't cook tonight, so that was a whole thing. So I'm using my phone to illuminate me. Anyways, so a lot has been happening, as you can see. I was not expecting my power to be out tonight doing this, but anyways, I'm about like halfway through
Red Rising. Honestly, I feel like this book so far would be great for like a 20-year-old boy. And maybe that's totally being like I guess I just really like reading strong female leads. So getting into this is super hard. I think that the idea is super cool, and I think the writing is borderline like high science fiction. So that's kind of cool, but it's not like a page turner for me. Yeah, so this book it's just taking me a bit to get into. I will say that the past like 20 pages, I was like, oh, like there's like more characters and there's more plot and it's moving along. But I'm literally like going on 200 pages of this book, and now I'm like, maybe I was thinking about switching books, but maybe I won't switch books. So it's been rough. It is now time to start the next book. I am going to be reading Legends and Lattes, which is a cozy like D&D inspired fantasy book. I'm super excited. It's supposed to be like very lighthearted, low stakes fantasy. It looks super cute. I've heard a lot of good things, and look how much shorter this is. Like, this is the kind of fantasy I need in my life after one of these kinds of books. This started with something. Wait. I was not expecting this from the Cozy Mystery. We were just trying to get cute B-roll. But this Cozy Mystery starts with Viv buried her greatsword in the scarlet skull with a meaty crunch. Black blood thrummed in her hands, and her muscular arms strained as she tore it back and out in a spray of gore. The Scalvert Queen gave a long, vibrating moan. That's just like, honestly, I didn't know if anyone was gonna die in the so-called cozy fantasy. I mean, it's fantasy still, but like, okay, we're starting off with something. Hey, I'm back. It is actually like 1 on the dot, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm vlogging. Thanks. So this book, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, is a collection of short stories that takes place in the same cafe. And with the power being out and it being 1 a.m., this book has gotten so freaking creepy to me. It's like crazy. But so like actually, the vibes are there. I really like the concept of it, and I really got into the short story, so I finished 1. So I'm gonna take that as a win for tonight. I think I'm gonna jump back into Red Rising for a few more chapters, and then maybe go back to that one, and we'll see where we're at. Still no power, so power went out like 6:30, so it's been a while. So like, if it wants to come on at any time, that's fine. Also, like, my candles have been burning for way too long, so that's also pretty worrisome. I also, I don't know if it's because I'm next to the candles, but I'm getting really hot. This is stressful, but I'm gonna go back to reading.
I am pages into Legends of Mountains. It is good. It's like a very like whimsy, just like watching her try to run a coffee shop. It's got some cute moments. I'm excited. I thought there was going to be more romance, and I mean, I'm 100 some pages in, so I'm like a third of the way, if not a little bit more. And there's no romance so far, so a little disappointed in that. But it's certainly a cute read, and I mean, it's fast. So. Alright guys, it is early in the morning. I am significantly making my way through this book. I'm hopefully going to finish it tomorrow morning, but now is the time that I am hitting hay to wake up in the morning and be right back at it. Here is a peek into the mug collection. There's so many hidden back in there, and it's very dusty, but you know, all of the mugs that you might see me use hardcover. This is Apollo. It is currently 7:30 in the morning. We are up and back at it again. I've got the coffee pot going for some fuel as we hit back on the grind. I realized that Legends and Lattes maybe wasn't the book I should have been reading last night. It's a cozy fantasy, so I'm getting exactly what I asked for. But I just, like I said last night, I just thought there was going to be a lot more romance, and so there wasn't enough of something to keep propelling me forward into like the wee hours of the morning. Maybe I should have gone with a horror book like Peyton did, something to keep you on your toes. We'll see. It is, like I said, morning time again. We got coffee going. We're going to get back to reading.
Hello everybody, I am back and I have like this much left in my book, so I think we're gonna do it, baby. I think we are going to read some books in 24 hours. I am basically done with Before the Coffee Gets Cold too, so that is super fun. And then yeah, Red Rising, I mean, she was a book and a half to read, so I am very, very happy.
Alright y'all, I have less than 100 pages left in Legends and Lattes. However, it is now 9 a.m., which means that I am just about to get ready to be on the clock. I work from home. I am a social media manager for Harley Davidson. That means it is time to switch over to my audiobooks. I am currently listening to A Deadly Education. It is like Harry Potter if it was like super fucking dangerous. I don't know how I feel about it entirely. I'm on chapter 9 out of 13. I have 3 hours and 34 minutes left.
Hey everyone! Right now I'm about to jump back into this book I'm reading. I just finished Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I mean, I don't have much to say about it. All I gotta say is I was disappointed, but I'm loving this book way more than I thought I was going to. So I'm going to read. I need to clean, but I'm gonna read. Senna. Also, a quick little tidbit. There was something I said, I believe, in the beginning of this video. The minute the first couple chapters of Red Rising, I was like, oh, well, this blah, blah, blah seems like this blah, blah is gonna happen. And may I just say, I am too good at this. I totally guessed it. Okay, it is right now 11:16. I'm on my way to go to Aubrey. Our book readathon for 24 hours is almost over. I am done Red Rising. I did it, guys. I did it. It's done. I'm gonna give this 3.5, 4 stars. I'll probably have a more detailed review later. I definitely will post it on our Instagram. Around like 6 a.m. this morning, I started reading this. Well, I began to pick up where I left off. So, yeah. So here are the books that I basically have read during this time. I really enjoyed this one. It was super creepy, but such a cool concept. And I've seen a lot of booktubers read this, so I was super excited to just, you know, pick it up. I think it's gonna make a really cool coffee table book as well. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, so let's go get some coffee and some fun, yummy snacks, and let's go see Aubrey.
Hey vlog. I look so tired compared to yesterday.
Well, that's how you know you did a lot of reading.
Yes.
I love parking garage stairwells. I feel like they're like dirty aesthetic.
Dirty aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real, when we went into Mayday, we did not open a single book up. We sat and we gossiped and we stayed there till like 2 o'clock, well past the 24 hours, but we had a great time, so.
All right, guys, 24 hours are up. We did a lot of reading. Okay, I finished A Soul of Ash and Blood, which was a big fantasy book. I am so close to finishing Legends and Lattes, and you know, if there was just a little bit more romance, I would have been there. And I only have like an hour left on A Deadly Education on my audiobook. Like, it was like so close. I also thought that like the time that it's like, oh, you have this many hours left. I didn't realize it updated when you go on like faster speeds.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, I only have an hour left. I'm gonna put it up at like 1.7, and I was like, and I'm just gonna finish this, and I'm gonna be so proud. And then I'm like, oh, that didn't work because I was already at like 1.5.
Oh.
And so like going up
A couple minutes, not even.
didn't change the end result.
I did the same thing. So I finished Red Rising. So I did read one book.
Yes.
So fully one book, but I did listen to the audiobook as well at 1.5 because
Yes. It's so slow, actually. Like, I went back down to 1, and I was like, never mind. This is not for me.
I'm a 1.2 girl, but because this was like a challenge, I pumped it up to 1.5, and I was just like, okay, but if you go back to regular speed, you're like,
then it's like,
this is so, yeah. So always 1.2. But then I read and listened to that book. I have a lot of thoughts. I'll definitely post that in the August recap on our Instagram, so you'll have more of my thoughts on that. I gave a little bit of an idea throughout the vlog, so you can kind of think of that. And then before the coffee gets cold, I read about half of that. I was telling Aubrey, and I told you guys, it's super creepy to read late at night because I didn't have power all last night, and I just came back on. So that book was like super interesting and like really fun to read because it's 4 short stories all about the same cafe. I highly recommend that. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of that. All right, everyone, thank you for joining us on this little bit of a different vlog and video. If you want more of this like kind of daily life sort of things, let us know below. We had a lot of fun just kind of getting out of our element of the usual podcasting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and no mug. Happy reading. I'm like going to like lift my mug up. I'm like, I don't have anything.